Oh, it's you again. Now, here is a really useful trick. I'm going to have to do a redux kind of version of this, but we have a thing which has become very popular, particularly in the last few years, called mindfulness. Now, mindfulness simply is a synonym for awareness. And oftentimes what happens is that stress comes about because we preempt what will happen next and next and next and next, and that's what makes life really unbearable stress-wise. So mindfulness tries to switch that off by saying, but what is going on now? In this moment, what I'm aware of is almost certainly not going to be enough of a trigger to cause deep anxiety. It's only when one's thought kind of goes into that terrible spiral that things get more tense. So mindfulness works in a very, very simple way by you sensorially focusing on what's going on. Now, the very first thing that you do, stepwise, is close your eyes. And that's for a very simple reason. Where neurologically, almost all people are profoundly visual. The interesting statistic is that over 60% of neurons in the brain are used for visual processing. Hence, our memory tends to be visual, etc. And so, the moment that your eyes are open, you're stimulating a lot more of your mind. So that's practically why we close our eyes and focus on other things. Sensory-wise, what can we hear?
I can hear the sound of running water, but not too much because we recently survived a drought. Now I can hear the sound of stock markets around the world and everyone's portfolios crashing and burning.
Is there anything that we can smell?
I can smell antibacterial soap, the lingering scent of hand sanitizer in the air.
What do things feel like?
I can hear Jolene, 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 and I can feel the beautiful lather of antibacterial soap. Yes, yes, I feel it. I feel it, and I feel the antibacterial soap. I'm begging on it, yes, yes.
Now, I'd like you to be aware of any thoughts that may enter your mind.
We're all gonna die! We're all gonna die!
Don't judge the thought. Just look at the thought. And feel your breathing, your heartbeat, your breathing. And if you can, your heartbeat. Let another thought in your mind. Look down, you're standing in your grave! Swap it for another.
I wonder if you have identical twins. Do they ever get confused about who's which one?
Heartbeat, breath, heartbeat, breath. And now again, what can I hear? What can I feel? Am I smelling anything? Perhaps I can taste something.
It tastes like soap.
And open your eyes. Now, all that this does is it takes you away from dreaming about what's going to happen next and next and next. And the day has enough troubles for itself, to quote somebody. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to switch off all stress, but what it does mean is that those hurdles that I think most of us are bunching up one after the other, and suddenly we've got to jump far too much at once and it's a bit intimidating, can be split up so that we can deal with them moment for moment and do what we need to do for now. There you go. So that is a basic exercise in mindfulness. You just say, what am I sensing, in order to take yourself away from that roller coaster of thoughts. And any thoughts that you do have, you notice in a non-judgmental fashion. And eventually, they'll tend to dissipate and become a little less stressful.